Good morning. Look, I even found a little mic. Hang out with me today while I get my shit together, navigate some really big decisions that I have to make, share with you a little bit about my trip that's been here in Tulum, and maybe we'll do some makeup and pull some tarot and tell some secrets. I hit the jackpot with this Airbnb. Despite all the partying, I have definitely managed to keep up my sleep game. I sleep a solid 8 hours a night, 10 out of 10 sleep. Let me know if you want me to share how I did it. Also, this is my first vlog, okay? So don't come at me for the quality. I did my best. I threw a bunch of stuff in this and we're just gonna try things out, all right? So tell me what you like, what you want more of, but also this was so much fun to create and I share just way more of my personal life, so enjoy. If I'm gonna be taking you guys around the world with me and on with my adventures, I'm going to need like an actual vlogging camera and some like stuff. Those VCR videos, I feel like this is gonna be the vibe for this first few ones until I get my shit together. So let me show you a little bit about my trip. God, before I even start blabbing about my trip, can we just take a note of how long my hair is already? I had it done and bleached like it was supposed to be a balayage in Barcelona. I had this like straight line. It looked like an Oreo cookie. I had really dark hair and then like white. They ruined it the first time. I went to go fix it the second time, ruined it even more. I went to a third salon to like fix and blend it. And then I was like, well, I can't touch it anymore. You know, like there's no way because already it started like was breaking everywhere. So I chopped it, which was like super aggressive, but I'm an extreme person. And it was like all one length. And because I'd already started taking like all of my health supplements and I've been on my hair journey, it grew so fast, but it was like in a bob. So I went to go get it layered right before coming to Tulum. And I swear to you, it was like here. This is wild. So anyway, that's today's girl talk. Let me tell you about this trip. When I came last year, it was a really transformative trip. I made the announcement that I was gonna stop teaching business. I started talking about how I felt this pull into, leadership coaching. I meant to deepen my work and work with women of impact who have ripple effects on the rest of the world. And like 2 days after that, I found out that my mom was sick. It sent me through the spiral that was my 2024. That experience being here in Tulum, like it was really expansive in the sense that I felt very held through the experience. It was complicated, right? Like if you've ever lost anyone or anyone in your family has gotten sick or you've even had the fear of losing someone, it can turn your world upside down. And I'm already getting emotional just talking about it. My mom was my best friend, so I remember like journaling while I was here being like, please don't take her away. Please don't take her away. So it was a really like, I don't know, I felt cocooned in a very unsteady, uncertain time of my life. So anyway, this year when I felt called to come to Tulum, I was like, oh, like things are rocking and rolling. My life is back on track. I'm, back in business. I have this clarity around what I'm doing. Like, I feel good. I was like, let's see what kind of magic Tulum will have for me. And of course, like, I know it's like a freaking portal, I don't know if you've ever gone through like a big life transition, but it oftentimes comes in little pieces. I feel like they're little jigsaw puzzle pieces that fall from the ether together, hoping for it to kind of connect and become this, masterpiece where it all makes sense and it looks like, oh, it all fits together. And when you're in it, nothing makes sense, and you're sitting there and you're like, well, this piece looks like it's nothing like this piece. Being here has really helped land a lot of those pieces. I spent, the majority of the year playing around with different versions of my career, and only to come back here in Tulum and come back to the calling of working, really high level with women in leadership. And obviously I have other things that I'm creating that are more like, for the world. And I love that I'm doing that, but there's also this like sacred calling that I'm like feeling called back to, right? You were trying to tell me this all along. I get it, Also, I am so social here. So I'm a Manny Gen 2-4, and I feel like in the last couple of years, I've really given into this hermit energy. And I think honestly, we're both introverts and extroverts. I think most of us have some degree of one over the other. I've never met a complete introvert or a complete extrovert, but I think that I've been extremely introverted for the last few years. Even when I was in LA, I was very introverted. And I was starting to believe that I was just not a social person, even though I am, and I love people. Although I will say, when my social battery runs out, it runs out. I can be talking with you, and as soon as it feels like this is complete, I'll be like, thank you for your service. I will see you tomorrow. Yeah, being here, I've been out, I've been dancing, I've been meeting new people. I'm feeling really deeply connected to the friendships that I have here. And it's just reminding me wow, this is an important thing in my life. And also this is something that I did prioritize in my New Year's resolutions around relationships and connection, really feeling connected again, because I felt such an isolated year. I also had a realization while I was here around social media. And I feel if you've built a brand online, especially on Instagram, you might be resonating with this. So I built this massive brand online. Not massive in the sense that I had a lot of followers, because I don't. I worked so hard. To build that community. I was so active on Instagram. I posted all the time. I made all my money from stories. It was such a community place for me. And it also quenched the thirst of connection for me. Then I go off the app for a year basically. And I'm living my truth, figuring out my life. And then all of a sudden I come back to Instagram, and anything I post barely reaches anybody. And I know everyone's still on Instagram, right? And it's really frustrating. It's frustrating, number one, because of the relationships that I built on the platform. Number two is because I'm creating more than I've ever created. Podcasts, I have Substack, I now have YouTube. I want to share this with my community, but anytime that I post anything relatively I don't want to say promotional even, because it's not even I'm selling anything. I'm go read my stuff, go listen to the stuff, it's free. Anytime I do anything of that sort, my reach drops. Talking about anything that I'm doing, anything that I've created, anything, God forbid, anything that I'm selling, anything like that. I'm changing my direction with Instagram and my relationship with it. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going off of it, because I really do love it. And so much of my community is there. I've just got to figure out new ways to connect with you. And hope and pray that you find my YouTube and my Substack and my podcast along the way. So I talked to a couple other creators about this who are here in Tulum, and they're like, oh girl, it's not just you. It's us too. And everyone feels so bamboozled or betrayed, because we've put so much energy and effort into building, our communities and our platforms. And now it's the reach is out of this world. Anyway, one more thing that I think is fun to talk about, love. I had a friend of mine who's a guy who was gonna come with me to Tulum, and he said to me last minute, he was babe, he's I can't come. He goes, I was meditating and I've got this vision of you meeting someone, and I have to create space for that. I have to let that happen. I swear to God, I was that is so silly, because I've been single now for almost 13 years, for the majority of about 13 years, which is crazy. I haven't met him yet. Doubt that I'll meet him anytime soon, But all right, don't come to Tulum. Obviously, there's a reason that, I'm supposed to be there alone. And then it was really funny because I'm not easily like not manipulated, but like influenced by people around me, even though I have open centers. When it comes to things like that, because I'm so like, I don't know, like I just know that like I will meet someone when I least expect it. And the moment people start talking about it, I'm like, well, you're going to have me expect it now. And that's like weird. I'm with my girlfriend and she's like, I have a feeling you're going to meet someone. I have a feeling you're going to meet someone. So I'm like, I walked into a party and I was like, am I going to meet someone? And like, no, of course I didn't meet anyone. Also, I shared this on the pod before and I feel like it's important to say and to mention a big reason that I left LA was because I felt in my heart of hearts that the love of my life was not there. And it's interesting because I'm very happy single, and yet at the same time, like I'm so excited to meet like my next great love. I feel like we're all excited at this point because if you've been, in my world, like everyone's been waiting for this daddy bold. Like part of me has also been kind of like, well, I feel like being untethered makes it really easy if I meet a guy, to be like, oh, you live in Spain? Fantastic. Let's go live in Spain. I'm free to do so because I can do whatever I want kind of thing, right? This whole untethered energy. At the same time, I felt this like really deep desire to have like a base, like a home. I'm definitely going to keep traveling, but being nomadic was never really like the plan for me. I started my business in London or in the UK so that I could sponsor myself essentially, for moving there, because that's the way that it works if you're self-employed. I started this business, I'm paying like crazy taxes. There's so many other like tax situations that I could be in, that would be more beneficial. But for me, it was like, nope, it's London, it's London. Then it occurred to me, well, why hasn't this like actually panned out? Like, why am I not there yet? Why are we now close to May and I still don't have a home? Is there somewhere else I'm supposed to be? Now, my girlfriend, Francie, says that she sees me in Ibiza. And I don't know if that's like it for me because I've never been. So I'm going to take you guys with me at the end of May and we can kind of explore it and vibe it out. But yeah, I'm wondering if the whole love situation is tied to it. What a journey to be on, Okay, welcome to my first get ready with me like ever. So bear with me. I've already put in my serum. This has been like a lifesaver everywhere but here. Here I don't need it as much, but I still use it. But I swear to God, this has been helping so much with like just all lines in general. Also, I know everyone's always asked like what foundation, anything. I don't wear foundation. I only wear tinted moisturizer. I feel like foundation is too heavy for me. I'm not a makeup like beauty vlogger. I'm not good at this. I've been doing the same makeup since I was like 13, 14 years old. I do it wrong. My tinted moisturizer goes on with my hands. I blend with my fingers. Like I'm very animalistic about it. So it's like, get ready with me, do makeup, but do it wrong. I'm gonna be using this like nude, what is this? Who is this? Charlotte Tilbury, I think. This palette. Just that's it. That's what we use for our earthy vibes. Okay, so for everyone that asks what the eyeshadow primer that I use is when I wake up the next morning when I haven't taken my makeup off because I'm a mess and my eyeshadow hasn't budged, it's this beauty. It's a Too Faced Shade Insurance 24-hour. I swear, like, always crease here. This is a miracle worker. I don't know what it is, what the formula is, but I'll tell you that. Also, I'll tell you another secret. When I was living in LA, I was obviously prioritizing so much of my beauty. I feel like that's just like what you do when you're in LA. And obviously, because of the craziness that has been this year for me, like I have not prioritized my beauty at all. And I think I want to get back to it. I'm 38 years old. Everyone's like, you don't need it, whatever. Actually, some people actually say I do need it, which is really funny. I've had girlfriends be like, yeah, just a little bit here and a little bit there. And I'm like, love, but I'm not mad at it. I love it because in honor of like most downloaded episode on the podcast, when in doubt, get hot. Getting hot solves everything. Okay, so I feel like I'm definitely entering a glow up era. Every girl will know, like when when you're entering like this is really funny, by the way, doing it over the phone. I don't have a handheld mirror. I'm going in for a glow up. I feel like I need it. I feel like it's time. I feel like I deserve it. And I'm gonna definitely start tonight with my eyebrows. This is like my jungle growth. I've never done makeup on camera before. This is what it looks like. Well, we're gonna roll with it. We'll see. We'll trust the process. Okay, I'm gonna be super vulnerable with you. As I shared, community, connection, relationships, like this is one of the core things that I'm working on in 2025, because as much as I love being a lone wolf, you know, like I said, 2024 was really lonely and it felt very like isolated. And one of my big drivers for like creating content here on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all the things is like kind of like rebuilding that community and that sense of connection of like, let's just do life together. Like I crave it so much. This is like my line 4 in human design. I just want to like share more and feel like we're together. Like that really excites me. So I think I'm gonna love getting ready with you. It's probably gonna be the same every single time. So this is not the beauty channel that you come to and like learn really cool looks. It's basically, I've got 2, that's it. The other thing that's controversial is that I use a contour stick for kind of like my blush or my cheekbones in general. So it is controversial, I'll admit it. So this is the Victoria Beckham Sandstone, I think. Yeah, Sandstone. It's pretty dark. So like I said, I have my own process, trust it. I do these little situations. This is really not as easy to do while I'm on camera. And by the way, I'm still letting my primer like sit and chill because I was told to by the Sephora lady. She's like, let it chill so it doesn't crease. Then I go in with this brush. This is definitely not, I think this is a concealer brush, maybe. But I go in and I kind of blend it across the line. So part of the glow up that I want to do, I've gotten Botox a couple of times back in like I think it was like 2021. I got it twice. That's it. The thing that really worked well for me, by the way, was Morpheus 8, and I want to do another 3 rounds. I know it's a little bit controversial, but I don't know. For me, it really worked. Then what I do for my little upturn situation, because like my nose feels like it's massive on my face as I do this. I know makeup artists all over the world are like, what are you doing? But you know what? If it works, it works. Also, we're going to go over that with concealer later. Now, this is really going to trigger you because I use the same brush for because it ends up being the same thing. But I really don't have anything. Being nomadic has like these 2 kind of sides to it. Like on one side, I love the simplicity of it because I live out of 2 suitcases and it's like, it's that and that's it. You know, it's like I have my 1 set of makeup, I have like my 3 pairs of pants, you know, like there's not so much decision making and chaos that ends up happening. However, I'm just a girl and I love and I miss having like a closet and having like a bathroom full of stuff. It says, you know what, today I'm going to switch my skincare up, or today I feel like wearing this, you know, this shade of black versus this other shade of black or whatever. I'll show you what I do. All right. I go in with this lighter shade. Oh my God, this is super not easy to do on camera. Bear with me, all right? I promise. You'll see it all come together. Also, I do like all my steps backwards because my concealer goes on last. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm using like a line of concealer brushes for my eyeshadow, but bear with me, babes. I'm just a girl. So anyway, I was saying, I think I might want to do some Botox and Morpheus 8 when I get back to London. I think that's right. It's like the smoky base, okay? It's like the smoky base. It's not perfect, but we don't want it to be perfect. That's the point. Then with the same brush, without doing anything to it, because we're savage in that way, I go into this really dark brown. First time I got my makeup done at like I think it was like Nordstrom's. And you know, I don't know if you can see here, but like my eyes are basically hazel greenish. And I went to get my makeup done and I was like, you know, what colors should I be? You know, this was like even before like color season. So I was like, what colors vibe with my eyes, you know? And she said, well, there's 2 ways that you can really have them pop. She goes, the first is like gold and browns and really this like neutral, warm, like earth goddess vibe, right? And I remember trying to put like gold on my eyes, just like bare raw dog gold on my eyes, and it was so bad. I looked like I was on drugs. Like my eyes were just like, like it was like not good. And then the other thing she said is like, oh, there's also like purples look really good, you know? Then fast forward like, I don't know, a couple months, I was in a department store with my girlfriend and I forgot what brand it was. I think it was like Almay, but they used to do these combo sets specific for eye color. And I saw the one that was like supposed to be for green eyes, right? And it was like this purple lilac color and it was supposed to be for the lid. And then it had this like green, actually do I have it here with me? No, it's upstairs because I haven't been using it. And there was like this emerald green kind of vibe. and that was for the crease. And then there was like this weird like neon green that's supposed to be for like the lid, or not the lid, the whatever this part is. And I was like, yeah, no, not about that. However, that combination ended up being like the combination. Like my eyes were so vibrant, so green, like it was crazy. And so basically they stopped making it, or I stopped being able to find it. And I just sought out that combination. I would buy them separately, and I did that for the rest of my life. I am just a millennial, non-makeup, regular person, which, by the way, I've gotten so used to that even when I've gotten my makeup done for like photo shoots and stuff, like I've always kind of preferred doing my own makeup, because every time that I've gotten it done by a makeup artist, even though it was beautiful, it wasn't my face. I hated it. So I've always had this like fear, basically, you know, of having like a professional makeup artist coming in, because it like just changes my face so much. That's how consistent I've been with my makeup routine. Like then I'll like smudge the brush, so I take some of the color off, because that's what I do, and then I use the same brush to blend, which is probably why my blending always sucks so much, because it just drops so much color and it's actually like not there to blend. But it helps a little bit with the harsh lines. I think also the fact that it's supposed to be like imperfect. It's supposed to be kind of like messy and imperfect, and also I hide it so much with like my eyeliner, my lashes, and all the things. It ends up working. So then anyway, I go a little bit under. This is what it looks like. It's not the finished product yet. Just bear with me. Then what I do is I'll go in with a brown Kajal liner, which, you know, you're supposed to use to smudge, but I use it just to kind of blur everything together. Apologies for the close-up. So I get eyelash extensions. Right now, they're on their last leg because I've been in Tulum for so long. Okay, and then, yes, I am a millennial, and I still do my waterline, so. Okay, so I can do this as a separate video next time as well, so you don't feel bamboozled into hanging out with me. But I feel like this is like girlfriends getting ready for a party, you know, like just a party of life. Okay, now I go in with a concealer. I use this NARS one that I just like cherry picked, eyes closed out of the lineup. I don't even think I did a test on my skin for this, but I did a really good job. What is this? Medium 1 custard. So good. I really like these concealers for some reason. So now I'm trying to figure out where I'm going after Tulum, which is basically like, this is a lot. I didn't mean to put that much actually. Whoops, this is pretty. Maybe I'll just stay like this. This feels very Tulum. So now I'm trying to figure out where I'm going after Tulum, because I know I'm going to be in Ibiza at the end of May. I already told Francie that I was going to. And she's like so dead set on the idea that she's like, I think you're gonna love Ibiza. I think you're gonna love it. I think you belong there. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you know, let's see. But I know that's not until the end of May. And I also know that my grandma is having like a huge birthday. I think it's like 97, I wanna say, but I might be wrong actually, because 97 or 98. Anyway, before I left last time, she asked if I was going to be there, and so I said yes. So now I'm just trying to figure out if, like, my flight's already going back to London on the 28th, and I actually land on the 29th, right? So what I could do is go and stay in London for a week and, you know, do my lashes and get some appointments, see some friends, go on a date or two, whatever, and then go down to the south of Italy until it's time for Ibiza. Or I could do the flip and go straight to Italy, hang out, veg out, and then like second week of May, go back up to London, spend a little bit of time there, and then from there go to Ibiza. Only thing is that if I do go to Italy straight, that means I'm gonna basically be traveling from like morning here in Tulum all the way into morning the next day to London, and then all the way, I probably have to switch airports, and then all day to Italy, right? So it's gonna end up being like I don't know. I have to check this out. Even though my way here was like 24 hours, so I think I can do it. So it just might be one of those like crazy long days, but I think that makes the most sense, you know? Anyway, this is it. This is the final look. Actually, one more thing. We're gonna put a little bit, just a light, because we're tanned right now. We're in that Tulum vibe. A little bit of random bronzer. This is just like Sephora bronzer. Now, if you guys saw my closet and my bathroom back in LA, like I had so much stuff. Like there's been so much minimalism in my life this past year and a half. Like when I tell you, I have to swap out clothes for seasons because I can't carry around, I'll buy like a really nice sweater, but I can't like carry it around if I'm going. So I've had to swap things out. I'm donating, I'm giving away. I'm like, do you want this? Like it's wild. I'm really ready to have a home again. This is like a light brushing, just for the definition of it. All right. This is it, babes. This is the grand final bold self. Same look that I've been doing my whole life. It's here, it's done. How do we feel? Let's pull some cards as we close today's vlog. I'm gonna pull some cards on my stuff and then we'll pull a final card for you. I've gotten pretty good at it intuitively, but the more complicated like the pulls get, meaning like there are times that I'm so in and like so many cards fall out. A little secret, I'm gonna admit, I've been using ChatGPT. I will tell it what I've asked it, and then obviously it like knows my whole story. It'll put it together for me and like reflect it back based on my own like vibes, my own situations. And I'm also learning, by the way. This is like a learning thing for me because like I said, I could do like single, like 1 or 2, 3 cards at a time. But when it's like a whole bit and it's all about how they're working together, I'm not there yet. So it's been really helpful. Okay, so let's ask. I want you to start for yourself, start thinking of a question for yourself, and we'll pull a final card together for everybody. The first thing I want to know is love close? Okay. All right. Oh my God. A Page of Wands. All right. So the Fool, a Page of Wands. Let's see. Let's do one more. Is love close? Is the next great love in my life close? Is he on his way? Is he close? Is he on his way? Oh my God. It gave me Temperance. Basically, it's telling me, calm the down, relax, wait. I'm like, I know. I never like thought I wanted this until now. All right, let's see. Okay, so basically, obviously, I could read these 3, by the way, but obviously this is a major yes for something new and fresh entering your life. The Fool is the beginning of a journey, unexpected, exciting, and untamed. We know this. Page of Wands, this reinforces the energy of new energy, youthful, flirty, exciting. It's the card of exploration and passion. Your next great love may start with playful sparks. That's what we love. We love that energy, messages or attraction. And then of course, Temperance is yes, it's coming, but don't rush it, obviously. So ChatGPT will also give you like a final message. And it says, your next great love is close, but it arrives when you're in a state of openness, joy, and trust, not control. Yes, I know this, babe. It'll feel fresh, playful, and divinely timed, not something you can force or chase. Keep following what lights you up. The more you live in your essence, the faster it finds you. Okay. Well, we knew this, right? Thanks, babes. All right, let's pull a card for you now. Think of your question. I'm not a tarot. Like, we are trying all things on this channel so far. We did a little bit of makeup. We're doing a little bit of tarot. Let's see what comes through. Also, who knows? In like a few months' time, oh. All right, this is good. The Star, okay? Ooh, I like this. All right, let's ask ChatGPT what it is for everybody. Okay, so for the collective poll, the general message is hope, alignment, and divine assurance. Whatever question you ask, this card is a gentle yes from the universe, not necessarily in a rushed or obvious way. I guess this is for me as well, but in a destined, healing, and soul-aligned way. Obviously, my ChatGPT is like deep as fuck, and I love it. I hope that's what you needed to hear. I think all in all, I feel really excited for like this new chapter of my life. I obviously have no idea what it entails. I thought it was going to be London. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm meant to meet someone. Maybe I find a home and a community elsewhere. Maybe an opportunity pops up. And I think showing you this is literally how I live my life. You know, I'm very present in the moment. It doesn't always make sense, right? And you know, it's confusing, like this whole kind of being torn around my leadership work and exactly how I wanted to come back online, and then, you know, coming back with like so much fire, and then navigating, okay, well, how do I present it online? Like there's so many things that are like happening in real time. But I think that there's a general trust in the unfolding that I'm navigating. And I'm not really sure where I will be next week in the next, you know, vlog that I record for you guys. But this is where my life is right now. Like I'm rediscovering myself. I'm, you know, coming out of my shell. I'm connecting with people. I'm realizing the things that not only am I good at, but I genuinely enjoy, like a radical ownership around like how I'm built and the life that I'm meant to have. So who knows, you know, like who knows where we'll be. And I think that's the joy of life. I'm probably gonna need to get a camera too, because, you know, God knows. Maybe I'll get like really good at tarot and I'll do like a whole tarot playlist vibe. Who knows? Like things are unlocking. I am becoming, it is so magical. The money is flowing. The clients are incredible. I'm loving my life. I'm happy. You know, and I think this is just a loving reminder for anyone that's like in the tunnel that I was in 2024. You get to come out the other side. So remember the star, remember hope, remember alignment. I feel like we're in store for a lot of magic. So thank you for tuning in, subscribe, and let's just hope for all of us that my makeup, my tarot, and my video and editing skills get better as we go. I feel like they will. I think it'll be a really fun journey to follow. Also, like, where will I be next week?